Well, welcome back to Mid-Norfolk, and we've got a gorgeous evening here, middle of May. Rain yesterday refreshed everything, and we're going to give you a little tour around this garden and show you just what's coming on and looking so good at this time of year here in Norfolk. This planting of allium's really been lost a little over the last few years. Hidden behind a retaining wall on the side of the old swimming pool, now opened up and removed, with the new formal gardens taking shape. But the sunlight coming through these now, really looking superb, just at their peak. This is sorrel flowering so beautifully. It's an ornamental variety that we've had here on the end for many years. It's at the bottom of the long border we showed you a couple of weeks ago, which was full of primrose, hyacinths, and now we've got the first flush coming of the Egyptian iris. Plenty of them to come forward over the next couple of weeks. First of the roses starting to come out. One of the earliest here on this climbing frame, giving a great flush of crimson flowers. Set so beautifully against this blue, fluffy, clouded sky. More Egyptian iris. This border's a couple of days, maybe a week ahead of the others. Framed with foreground with chives, golden marjoram on the side of the old pump shed. 3 great clumps of them here. Absolutely beautiful. Just look at the sun coming through these. Spectacular close up, and enough of them to give real impact from a distance. One of our favourite meadow flowers, wildflowers, English natives, oxeye daisies. Kate's encouraged into this area where we did have an old ornamental pine tree. You can just see the old stump of that died out. Rather than put a formal border in or deal with the stump, we've just encouraged this oxeye daisy and the red campion behind to come into here, and it's just giving a wonderful impact from right across the distant garden. Come round onto the other aspect of the new formal garden, give you a taster of what we're going to go and show you next. The azaleas really at their peak. Let's go and have a look at those next. A late evening light here, although the sun's now too low to lift these. Just look at the burst of colour we've got in here. Euphorbias in the foreground, and then a mixed planting of azaleas, many of which have been in this area probably for 40 or 50 years to get to this stage and size. That orange one up to around 15 feet, and the lower ones and later the whites and the reds just popping in this border to give this explosion of colour. The orchard beyond now, what was a mass of daffodil and narcissi, now a tranquil mix of cow parsley. This long border, which earlier in the season was a bright yellow mix of tete-a-tetes and later daffodils and narcissi, has now turned pinky blue and will later go cerise when those roses start flowering. Incredible how, with a careful planting, colours in a border can completely change as the seasons progress. Last of the bluebells just setting seed here under the old oak, with the canopy of cow parsley above. But definitely star performer this week on the end of the old farmhouse that sits so wonderfully in this garden These old climbing roses, just at their peak now. Mixture of pinks. There's a planting of 3 or 4 different varieties on the gable end alone. This dark blood red, giving us this lovely profusion of roses around the bathroom window, which is above. And the scent here, absolutely incredible in this still evening light.